Hello, how you doing today, Mr. Thomas?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I cannot complain. I cannot complain.
Okay, I'm James Thomas. I grew up in Allendale. I was born there in 1953, my friend. And my father was born there. He was born between 1896 and 1901. So I come from a very rich culture, a whole wonderful level of masculinity out of Allendale. I'll tell you about myself. I can't begin to talk about myself because Allendale defines who I am. So I don't want to get overly verbal, but perhaps I might. I was trained by older men. I started music by the age of 8. Allendale employed me as a full-time musician at age 8. I played in Sunday school. By age 14, I was a full-time organist until I left here to go to college. I got a full ride to a very small Bible college because of the training I got in Shreveport. We had to read music, but we had to jam the gospel too, and it followed me all my life. Principally, I was raised by my parents to be a church musician, and they said the Lord would call me to preach. That's all they taught me. I knew nothing about sweeping floors. I know nothing about washing dishes. I think I may have washed the car a couple of times, but I was groomed. I was groomed for what I do today. It's to be a servant of the Lord in ministry, through music, through song, through preaching. That's who I am. I had the best teachers. I was taught music by Juanita Pearson. Some of you may know Freddie Pearson. Freddie Pearson is one of the greatest jazz cats to ever live. I mean, dude is like esoteric. He's like far out, privileged artist. We love Freddie. But his mother taught me, and her daughter was an opera singer. So she taught me the fundamentals of music, and I just left one student, two twins a while ago, guitar and piano, but I teach the fundamentals. So I'm a musician, I'm a theologian, well, I'm a preacher, I guess, and I'm a missionary. My wife is doing missions right now as we speak in Africa. I regret you asked for one, because I don't know which one eclipses the other. I don't know which one. Maybe I do the big boy situation. I'm a piano player. You don't play piano in Allendale when I grew up and be a tough guy, to put it mildly in these terms. Do you follow me? Can you see what I'm saying? If you play piano, you are subject to stereotypes that are not always conducive for the times, for the masculine mystique. Does that make sense? I want to be careful, If you didn't walk a certain way or present yourself in a certain way, they'll punch you in your chest. I'm going somewhere with this. Give me a moment. Well, I think one of the fondest memories I had of Allendale is everybody embraced me musically. The big boys never teased me about playing piano. That sounds like a simplistic thing to you. It is huge. They always embraced it. They pushed me. The community pushed me. I'm a product of the community. I would be on the corner acting like they talk, trying to walk like they talk, and all these kind of things. So I came back here almost 7 years ago, and I had to deal with some powers to be. And they tried to bring something up in my past, and they approached one of the young people at that time about my character. And they called me James Leonard. I tell you one thing about James Leonard. He was a big boy, still connected. I'm making sense, still connected, a big boy. He said he used to hang out with us. So I would talk like they did, I'm cool like they did. But he said every time that we want to get in trouble or any kind of criminality, we would always send him home. It took me 59 years to know how they saw that. So I'm a product of Allendale. By age 11, 10 or 11, there was a young person who lived in a shotgun house. His name was John A. Flannel. Taught me and about 7 other students, or at least 7 or other 8 people at Mount Canaan Church in my age group, how to speed read. I began to speed read by 11 or 12. Can you imagine? I'm on the street hanging out with the guys. I got this father at home. I'm studying music. And what happens when you read broadly? You know, Allendale did that for me. I have a lot of issues I need to work on. I'm not a perfect person. But to intellectually block me in is going to be a challenge because I've been exposed to so much thinking as a child. By learning how to read, speed read in Allendale. You guys are brilliant. I mean, you're absolutely brilliant, but I'm from Allendale, my friend. And there was a time in my life when I had 13 books going on at once. I'm not giving, I was trained there. I was trained how to think. I was trained how to play. I was trained how to jam. I was trained in classical music too. And the community did it. One more thing, all is going around music. I would be standing on the street corner in Allendale. I don't know how you can use people's names, but there were young, we used to call them play sisters. Kathy, Gwen, my play sisters. I'd be up under the street light. Gwen would come sometimes there, and sometimes she wouldn't say a word. And I knew it was time for me to leave all the fun activities, go to church, get on the organ because it was rehearsal time. She would just look sometimes. She wouldn't say a word. I would just say, hey, I gotta go. But it kept me in destiny. That's what I do. I am a product. I don't think anybody in Allendale was more blessed individually than me. I'm sure they were. You look great. I'm sure you're doing wonderful. I got grace that I can never put into words from Allendale. I think Allendale the president, and hear me well, because it's going to sound controversial, because we want to get into this whole skin tone thing. You understand? I think because of community renewal, Kim Mitchell, John Perkins, Miss Dorothy, Allendale Strong, I think that is the venue for its now and for its future. Why? One of the hippest things that ever happened to me. I said, Kim, I love what you're doing. You know, I've read all this stuff, but I can't articulate that stuff. I can't put all this stuff and make it move. I just have passion for this place. Yeah, I'm a musician. I love the Lord, man. That's what I do. I'm a preacher. Kim told me, all you have is passion? He said, James, bring that. But come on, man. That is absolutely colossal. You're using everybody. I don't have the technical expertise it's going to take to do this technical thing out with great savvy and to speak on these politicians and John to get the patience and he knows exactly when to hit, when to pull. I don't get that. But what I do have, he said, bring that. Allendale Strong has the intellectual capacity, the intellectual reservoir. As much as I love Allendale, there is no way I'm get these big shot Ivy League schools on board. And to this day, Wall Street could care less about my passion, but it listens to Allendale Strong and its intellectual capacity. Allendale Strong is more than just a club. I think it is the venue. I think it is the stick. I think it is the methodology to see it happen there. With leadership like you, friend, and the people I just mentioned, it is unbelievably marvelous. It is great. It is absolutely astounding. Matter of fact, I hope you can see this. There's a gleam and wonderful. Isn't that beautiful? My nephew, Poetic X, who is also how can I say, what kind of archaeologist? Part-time archaeologist? I don't know. He found this in the ground of Allendale. I wear it around my heart, man. My nephew gave that to me. Future, part of this is the future. excavating the stones from what looks like dirt and filth. The jewels are there. The jewels are there. You guys are digging for the jewels and you will find them. The future is brilliant. It is shimmering with hope. Because it takes people like me who care, and that's about it. But it takes thinkers like you all to challenge the intellectual community and bring them to their knees. Come on, are you serious? I mean, have you dealt with the scholarship that Kim and those guys are involved in? Wall Street, and look at history, man. The guy, what is the transportation secretary dude, understands it, and we are inundated with drunken people who are clueless or act like they're clueless concerning as crazy and as historically idiotic coming through a city where Ledbetter live? Are you serious? There would not be, and repeat this, no popular music without him. He's just that intricate. And you want to tear it down? No. They have plunged away, forged away for people who hear, and thank God, people with a pen, with some power, can make some things happen. I have spoken to Kim before. I've seen so many intellectuals sell a soul for tenure at a university, sell a soul for money. I mean, these guys get up, they don't have to do it. There are other opportunities all the way to the bank, but they do it every day. And I appreciate it. I think that's the future. You got to outthink them. You know, I can't out-passion them. You got to get us thinking. So I think the future is wonderfully bright. Look at you guys. You guys are not physical twins, but put your energies together and the world better look out. Is the word inconquerable? Is that a word? Or something close like that? I mean, look at that smile. Smiles are important, man. Your energy is there. Your confidence is there. You're not afraid, you know? But to be bullied, it's a new moment in history. And I think Allendale has to be important. It has to be. It has to be. Generically speaking, Black Lives Matter. Okay, you guys get the big picture, yeah. But Black Lives Matter historically. That Betty was not a saint. Go tell me you're going to have an Elvis Presley without him, or Ray Charles without him. Look, man, I'm a musician. My mother allowed me to play blues, but I had to walk to church to play the piano and the organ to play the hymn book. But on my way to church, I had to pass by Club 66. And guess who was in there learning their chops? B.B. King, Ike and Tina Turner, Wilson Pickett, and that guided me too. I mean, what you got? You got a gem. No one has told that story. Kim has made me see that what we've always done, we've always cultivated artists, but we didn't have the entrepreneur, intellectual equipping or stuff around them to produce them. And they ended like I did, ended up going to Nashville. And they'll tell you, Nashville is not indigenous with talent, but they know how to sell it. Teach us how to sell what we got, man. Take X to the next level. Find the other X's. There are other Ledbetters down there. There are other Ledbellies down there. They're down there, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna be done. When I moved to Nashville, they were having a concert in a surrounding city. I don't know if I get in trouble for calling the name, Dixon, Tennessee. And they heard that there was a musician from Louisiana in the audience. The musicians came to me after the concert and said, we were terrified because there was a musician from Louisiana, because they know our standards, man. These people, and I'm finished. These people would inundate Municipal Auditorium simply because Elvis played there. James Brown played there. Are you serious? And it just sits there? The future, man, I'm telling you. It is intricate to the future.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for checking us out today. And we're definitely going to talk to you again.
I mean, I appreciate it. Call me James. You guys roll so hard. You have no idea. I don't like to be emotional publicly, but I applaud you what you guys do in my heart. All I have to really give you is prayer. I know that sounds like a generic thing these days, but it's huge from my world, and you have my respect and positive energy. Keep doing what you're doing.